You're watching Let's Chat.
We mentioned the light snowfall across the Tennessee Valley, but one place where there is lots of snowfall is in the fictional town of Almost, Maine. What is that, and what does that have to do with Chattanooga? Here to give us all the information is Miss Greer Caldwell with the Chattanooga Theatre Centre. Good morning, Greer. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great. All right. Of course, I mentioned Almost, Maine. As we know it in the story, it's a fictional town that is cold, frigid, snowy, all of the above. But in this story, there's a lot of heartwarming tales. You are one of the main characters for this production. Tell us a little bit about the storyline. Of course, this is one of the most popularly produced plays across the United States. Why do you think so?
Well, I think a big reason why people love this show so much is because it's very relatable. There are a lot of different little vignettes. It's a bunch of different separate scenes. And the only through line is that they're all happening in Almost, Maine at the same time. But all of the stories are different. So it's different types of relationship and conflict and love. And it's very easy to find yourself as an audience member in the show. So I think people will really relate to it. They will be nudging their partner or their friend that they came with, like, oh my gosh, you totally do that. And I think it's very sweet. It's a very sweet show.
You mentioned that there are, multiple settings for this storyline. Tell us about some of the scenes that we will see.
Okay, the fun thing as an actor is that we all get to portray a couple different characters in this one. So for instance, I play technically 4 different characters in the span of the show, which is it's a really fun challenge. I think all of us in the show have really enjoyed getting to play with that. So there's a couple different couples, real life couples that portray couples in the show. In one, there's a woman who has her heart broken, and there's a lot of kind of magical realism in the show. So she's literally carrying her broken heart around in a bag during the scene. Another show I'm in is a couple that's in conflict and they're having an argument. There's a young couple who's just starting out in their relationship. So it's a lot of different little love stories, basically.
Perfect. All right. I want to talk, of course, we need to talk about it as a guest. If we want to come see this production as a volunteer, as a, actor in the program, how's the Theater Center ensuring our safety right now? Still being able to bring us the arts and being able to celebrate the arts, but keep us safe at the same time.
I have been really impressed. I think the Theater Center is going above and beyond in safety protocol. They have their entire safety plan on their website and on their Facebook. I think it's like a 22-point plan. I have attended a show there recently, and as an audience member, I felt very safe. Everyone is masked. I think they're selling the theater at about 1/3 capacity, so everyone is spaced out. They do temperature checks. So as an audience member, I felt very safe. And as a volunteer, even just with our movement on the stage, they've painted the floor in blocks that are 3 feet across, so we can be really aware of our spacing, even when we're on the stage from each other. So they've really put a lot of thought into making us feel safe and keeping us all really healthy.
Perfect. You mentioned the limited capacity in the audience. Now more than ever, we need to pre-purchase those tickets. Can you tell us the dates for these performances real quick?
Yes, we open this Friday, February 5th, and we run 3 weekends through the 21st.
Perfect. Of course, you can always give the box office a call, or you can pre-purchase those tickets online by visiting thetheatercenter.com. The famous Almost Maine production coming to Chattanooga, courtesy of the Chattanooga Theatre Centre. One of the stars of the show, Miss Greer Caldwell. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. We'll be right back on Let's Chat.